You hate it.
You don't mind?
I don't mind a bit. I'll do it later.
All right. Thank you. I do feel a bit peculiar.
Oh, that's the last of them. We're ready for breakfast. I think I'll go to bed an hour. I was up late with supper. Do you mind?
Of course not. Adeline can manage, or Ashbel can come in if we get a lot. Or wait, Eliza. Wait just a minute. There's something else. We need to talk just a little bit.
Judge Young. It's Orville Browning, Judge. Welcome to Carthage.
Mr. Browning.
I'm counsel for the defense, Judge. I'm representing the men accused of murdering the Smiths.
Oh, yes, of course. Mr. Browning. Please forgive me. The journey has wearied me.
Will you join me?
I'm just on my way up to my room.
You come from Quincy?
And from Springfield yesterday. So I believe a spell of rest will do me good.
I took the liberty of ordering you a breakfast, Judge.
Breakfast?
They say it's the best in Carthage. Should be out in under 3 minutes.
Well, all right. Thank you, Mr. Browning.
Not at all.
You seem to have anticipated my arrival.
I made the journey 2 days ago. Sabbath travelers are born to me.
Oh, yes. I believe I recall that now.
6 days may work be done, but in the 7th is the Sabbath of rest, holy to the Lord.
I respect your devotion, sir.
Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he shall surely be put to death.
Yes. Not in Illinois, of course.
No. Has Murray arrived yet?
Who? Oh, hadn't you heard? He's retired from the case.
Has he?
The governor has asked Josiah Lamborn to step in.
Josiah Lamborn? Yeah. Really?
Bit of a tall order for him with so little time to prepare.
That changes things.
Well, why is that?
Murray McConnell is a man of integrity, but Josiah Lamborn...
You have a low opinion of him?
Well, the profaneness. Lately, the drinking.
Yes, that's a pity, isn't it?
And he took bribes.
Once or twice, allegedly.
When he was Attorney General of Illinois. He brought shame to an honorable profession. I believe he should have been disbarred.
He did some fine work for the state, I thought.
You're right, of course. You're a compassionate man, Judge. It's an honor to have you sitting this case.
Never thought I'd be out riding circuit again. But Governor Ford wants a genuine Supreme Court judge, so here I am.
He hopes this case will discredit you, of course.
Who does? The governor? Why would he hope that?
Well, because you're opposing him in the next election, aren't you?
I've heard that rumor.
I fervently hope it's more than a rumor.
You say this as a Whig?
Well, we feel, myself and an influential segment of my party, we feel Illinois needs someone above politics now. She needs a statesman.
A statesman?
And we think it's you, sir.
Do you?
Yes, sir, we do. We all feel it would be an honor to support a man of your caliber.
Well, that's very gratifying. That's really very gratifying, Mr. Browning.
So we mustn't let this trial besmirch your reputation in any way.
No. No, we mustn't. That's a good point.
You can count on me, sir.
Thank you.
Well, speaking of the trial, there is just a small issue.
Yes?
Yes. It's about jury selection.
Really? Well, what's troubling you, Mr. Browning?
Say, I wonder if you could help me out here. I'm looking for Brigham Young.
Why don't you try the mansion house? He's generally down there.
Damn it, they told me down there he was up here.
They did they?
Yeah, said he was up here working on this thing. Well, what is this, the next state capitol?
It's a temple.
Temple? I'll be damned. Do you know where Young is?
I might. You are, sir?
Josiah Lamborn.
You're the Attorney General.
Former Attorney General.
You're prosecuting in the murder trial.
Trials with an S. There's two of them. Joseph now, save his brother for later.
Really? What advantage is there in that?
Well, keeps it simple for the jury. Look, mister, you go ahead working on your temple. I'll find Young. He must be around here somewhere.
You found him, Mr. Lamborn. You must forgive me. There are so many writs out against me these days, I have to be careful about people I don't know. I've told them that at the mansion house. They don't seem to listen.
It's an honor to meet you, sir. Now, I'm not real sure about your position here. I know to you people Joseph Smith.
Joseph was the prophet, Mr. Lamborn. I'm just the president of the council. And the 12.
Sounds important. 12 what?
Apostles.
Apostles? Like in the Bible?
Yes.
You sure?
What were you expecting?
Well, somebody a little more, Listen, you can't go by me. I ain't a religious man.
Just now, of course, I'm a glazier. What Joseph began, we will finish. Even if, like Israel of old, we must do it with a trowel in one hand and a sword in the other.
I guess what I'm driving at is, what do I call you?
Tell me, what do you think of the windows?
Window?
The way they catch the sun.
That's your part? The window?
That's right.
Well, there certainly is a lot of them.
I think you'd better call me Mr. Young. Now, if you'll excuse me, this window needs to be in that wall before the council meeting at noon.
Can I give you a hand? I got awful important things to talk to you about before the trial. I only got a couple of days.
That all depends, Mr. Lamborn. Let me see your hands. No, I don't think you can. You go on back down to the mansion house. Take some refreshment. I'll be with you presently.
This case can be won, Mr. Young. I can win it.
Now, please, Eliza, please. You got to understand, Mr. Fleming
That's why Mr. Fleming turned into black powder.
What?
That's why he shook you.
Now
He wanted to kick me out, and you said no.
He ain't kicking you out. It ain't permanent. It's just for court week coming up. We can make some money, Mr. Fleming says. Then you'll come back.
Do you promise, Anne? Do you swear it?
Of course. 2 weeks and you'll be right back in your rooms, all right? All right, Lizy dear, who's everything nice and not a scrap of bad in her.
Oh, all right.
Good. Now, will you still do the reckoning later on?
Of course I will.
You got a head for it. Everything stays right in there.
Good morning.
Why, Mr. Sharp, good morning. Well, look, Eliza, it's Mr. Sharp. Well, we haven't seen you in here for a month of Sundays.
Oh, I'm just on my way to my newspaper.
Well, we'll get you some breakfast.
Oh, just coffee, I think. Did you see the sky last night, Ann?
We was in all night with guests.
Just about half a moon shining down on the river. Willows hanging over the slip. Beautiful.
I'll get you your coffee, Mr. Sharp.
Oh, Eliza can get it, can't she?
Sure. I'll just make some.
Mr. Sharp, do you know of any persons of upstanding character who might like to board here at Warsaw House? At least for court week. It looks like we have a vacancy or two.
Oh. Well, then you must know about the indictments.
About the what?
Folks accused of the Smith murders. 2 of your boarders have been indicted.
2 of my boarders...
Are being put on trial for the murder of old Joe Smith.
No, that can't be.
Well, no, don't worry about it. Nobody's taking it too seriously.
Well, who's on trial?
Oh, well, Senator Davis, for one. Listen, while she's getting coffee, I'm just wondering. I heard a rumor. Is Eliza Graham a Mormon?
What?
Well, I'm just wondering.
Why? I don't understand.
Well, just answer my
Looks
question.
like Mr. Fleming made some before he left for Boston.
Thank you, Eliza.
Now, who else from here, Mr. Sharp? Who else besides Senator Davis?
What about Senator Davis?
Eliza, he's on trial for murder, Mr. Sharp says.
No.
Yes.
My oath?
Now, who else from here? Of course, Mr. Aldrich.
Yes. That's right. How do you come to know that?
Well, it was in the newspaper, wasn't it?
Not that I know of. I haven't printed a word of this.
Or then some other paper, I guess.
Which paper?
No, I think Mr. Fleming heard it, didn't he, Anne?
That's right, of course. It was Mr. Fleming told us.
He did. Well, that's peculiar.
Isn't it, though?
Well, it's humorous, really. Accusing men like that of murder, men who practically built the county. As I say, nobody's taking it too seriously.
No.
I mean, the governor's got to indict someone, might as well be his enemies.